Hey guys, what's happening? What? How you doing? Oh, Miss Nicole, what happened to your hair? I just got out of the shower. That's alright though. So, hi guys, how are you? I am awesome. I am hot. Miss Nicole is hot. I think it's a hot day today outside, but that's okay because we're inside and we're painting the cutest painting ever. And I have to say, I have a little girl who I absolutely adore. Her name is McKenna Hembry. She is the one that requested a sloth. And I am so excited because I have to say, sloths are my favorite animal in the whole world. I love them. They're so Miss Nicole, however, is not slow. But these sloths are. Look, I got a boo-boo. I fell in my creek yesterday. But today, this is what we're going to paint. How exciting, huh? Hey, Steven, how are you, bud? Hi, Cindy Bailey. So, take a good look at the sloth, okay? And, yeah, for all of you guys who don't know me, my name is Miss Nicole, and let me see if I can tame my wild hair. I look like a lioness. I own Artful Nights, Maine, you guys. And usually I teach out in the real world, but since quarantine happened, I am so excited because I get to teach you guys live. How cool is that? I've got to meet so many people and so many kids. Hi, Dawn Eddie. Hi, Dawn and Alyssa. How are you? Yeah, and that's the biggest gift that I've been given. So, all right. So how this works, my littles, is Miss Nicole has one rule. And that one rule, is Miss McKenna here? Look at that. Hi, Miss Nicole. Yay. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Cameron. How are you? And my one rule for my littles is this. We don't paint our pets. We don't paint our moms. We don't paint our dads. And we don't paint our TVs. All the paint that we do, or our computers, all the paint that we use stays on the canvas. But other than that, how does it work? What? There are no rules. So what I mean by that is I'm going to teach you guys how to paint this guy right here. This cute little sloth. But if you want to paint a blue sloth, or you want to paint a green sloth, or you want to paint a purple sloth, or you want your background to be the jungle, you go for it. Because art is what makes your heart happy, right? And there is no right or wrong when it comes to art. That's what I tell all my kiddos. Art is what makes your heart happy. It is what makes you go, wah! So the best way to do this is to use your imagination, to have as much fun as you can, to add in anything that you can think of, okay? To make this sloth absolutely yours. All right, so who is excited to get going? I know I am. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do with this sloth is Miss Nicole is going to pour some paint, okay? Now, the first color I have, this color is, and this part you might want to ask your parents for some help, okay? And parents out there, you can, if you need to, you can pause this, you can rewind it. This is going to stay on my page for a couple of days. So if you can't get to it now, it's okay to come back and do it later, okay? So all good. Now, first color we're going to use a little green. And I love this color green. Your green might be different. That's okay. This is for the leaves in the sloth tree. So all you're going to need with this is a little, know what I mean? That's less then a half a teaspoon, a little, okay? So about that much, all right? That's the least amount of color we're going to need. And for the background today, I am going to use Pepto-Bismol pink. You guys may not know what Pepto-Bismol is, but your moms do, okay? Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Or maybe that's not that, but anyways, that's okay. So, we're going to use some Pepto... Oh, sorry. Okay, so we're going to use some Pepto-Bismol pink for the back, okay? And for this, you're probably going to need about a half a teaspoon, or about a teaspoon, I'm sorry. That's going to be the whole background. For white, what we're going to need is about a teaspoon of white. See that? Oh, look at that. Oh, I am the paint plate. Ooh la la. We are going to need some brown cow. Sorry, Mr. Cole's got the sillies today. I fell in my creek yesterday. I was pulling out weeds and I have my phone in my hand. Never a good idea to do two things at once if you miss Nicole. But I did. And the funny thing was, is I just kept on talking. But then I got lots of boo-boos. Kind of like the Henry children. Okay? So, for brown, what you guys are going to need is about a teaspoon of brown. Not a lot of brown. And for black, you're going to need a... And what that is about a half a teaspoon. So you're going to need a black. Okay? So when you're all finished pouring, now, if you guys want to do your background in a different color, you change that Pepto-Bismol pink out for another color. If you want to do your sloth in a different color, you guys can change your brown. Whoop, there we go. Gotta get that my little bun up there in the right place. Ready? Shake it into place. Okay? So, if you want to do your sloth in a different color, you take out that brown, okay? And you're going to put in whatever color you want to do your sloth. Like if you want to do in blue, you know. I wouldn't mind a blue sloth. Not like that in the real world, but it could be like that in your head. And that's okay, right? Yeah. All right, you guys. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Are we excited? Yeah, we're excited. Why? Because we get to paint my favorite sloth and McKenna's favorite sloth. So here's a last look at what this sloth looks like, okay? Is he not the cutest little cunning little bunkin you've ever seen? And we're going to begin. All right. So, the first thing that everybody's going to do is you are going to grab your big old brush, okay? And this one I am going to name. Now, you may or may not have seen the movie Ice Age, but it was a movie that came out years and years ago. I think my son was little. And then there was Ice Age 2, and there was the goofiest looking sloth in the world in this movie, and his name was Sid the Sloth, and he was so funny. He had snaggle teeth in the front, and he was one of my favorites. Okay, so today, in honor of Sid the Sloth, we're going to name our big brush Sid. Okay? That's right. Teeth like this. And eyes like this. Woo! Okay? And what we're going to do with our Sid is everybody is going to double dip Sid. Okay? And what I mean by that is you guys are going to put whatever color you chose for the back. For me, it's Pepto-Bismol pink. That's going to be on one side of my brush. And I'm going to add just a little bit of white on the other side. So lots of Pepto-Bismol pink and a little bit of white, okay? And you guys who've been following me on Facebook, Artist Nicole, you know what comes next, don't ya? Okay? We're going to paint this whole background just like this. And again, what I love is I love to do it in a diagonal motion when it comes to the kiddo paintings because it's so much fun, right? It gives us a little something, something in that painting. Look at that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are waving our hands in the air. Thank you, Sido. Sid Monkey. Whoops, I got a little something in my paint. That's all right. Well, now I got to scrub the floor. That's all right. Okay? And again, on these hot, humid days, you guys, what happens is, not only does Miss Nicole roast, right? Woo! Right? I got to fan myself. Look at that. Woo! Yeah. Oh, I feel so much better. But our paint takes a little bit longer to dry on warm days like today. That's okay. All right? That means we just get more exercise doing the flat doodle, huh? That's right. So when my son was little, I used to read him this book. And it was by Eric Carle. And if you guys don't know who Eric Carle is, sure you do, because I'm sure your mamas have read you The Hungry Little Caterpillar when you were little. Well, Eric Carle also wrote a book, and I think it was called, now I'm going back in my memory bank, but Slowly, Slowly Went the Sloth, or something like that. And it was a book about how slow sloths travel. They are very slow. It takes them a long time to do everything. Okay? So let's paint. Mr. Cole is going to paint like a sloth right now. Are you ready? Watch this. Here we go. Wow, that was hard for Miss Nicole. All right. Let's pick up the pace on this. Very hard. Okay, ready? I'm going to try again. Oh, watch the face. Okay, this is going to be a sloth face. That was a sloth that was about to get stung by a bee. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, enough of that. Miss Nicole's got the sillies today. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep on painting this background. I wish I could do it like a sloth, but anybody that knows me, oh goodness, Miss Nicole's got some ants in her pants always. So here we go. We are going to keep painting this background until it is completely done, just like this. We're putting a thin layer of that background color just because it's going to take a long time to dry with this humidity. Okay, so here we go. Look at that, you guys. There, how's that? Sid, what we're going to do is we're going to give our Sid a bath. You ready? Oh, let's go into the bath water. And what do we do next, you guys? You know it. Before we can move forward, we've got to give our painting a flat doodle so that it dries, huh? So we are going to flap it in the air like we just don't care. Right? We are going to fan the queen. Miss Nicole's the queen today. Woo! Oh, she's hot. Okay, fan that off. Get her going good. All right, this is what we do to our mama as long as we don't hit. We can't hit our mama, can we? No, sir. Right. We gotta be good. Okay, we're gonna swat the flies, swat the mosquitoes. Ooh, swat those mosquitoes. Swat those mosquitoes. Oh, be gone, you dirty mosquito. Okay, swat those black flies. They'll be out in droves this weekend, huh? Yes, sirree. Okay, there we go. Woo, look at that. Look at that. I'm swatting so much, my apron's falling off. There we go. Much better. You guys didn't know that my alter ego was Wonder Woman, did ya? No, sirree. Okay, keep swatting those flies, you guys. Check your painting in the light to see if it's dry yet. Mine is not. So I'm going to keep giving it a flat doodle. And while I do that, I'll be right back because I have to ask my son 2 questions. Okay? I'll be right back. Keep flapping your doodle. Okay. So Pierce. PK. Huh? An arbor? Oh, can you ask him? Oh, okay. I just was wondering what kind of bugs, insects, and plants did. Okay. Well, there you go. I didn't really get an answer, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to keep flapping. Let's see how we're doing here. Nice. Need a little bit more of the flat doodle. All right, how you guys doing at home? Are you giving this, doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good to stand up and stretch your bones and flap your wings? Yeah, it does. Let me see who else is here. Oh, Alicia Greenlaw. Hi, Alicia and Cameron. All right, good. Sometimes this sucker is a little tricky. Oh, and Prudence. Baltazar. Oh, my goodness, you guys. Look at this. Hi, Alicia Greenlaw. Okay, Prudence, Troop 151 is there. Are you guys Girl Scouts? Yes, I love my Girl Scouts. Hi, Prudence. And hi, Troop 151. Exciting. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Yep, you need bubble wrap, too. I do. Jennifer Henry is telling me this because, yes, you're absolutely correct. I love it. I love them, too. Oh, yay. Good. Sloths are so much fun. Okay, you guys. So, this is looking like it's almost done, right? I got a little spot in the middle, but that's okay for me. It's all right to have a tiny little spot, okay? Now, the next thing that we're going to do, okay, I am going to, here we go. I got to move these out of the way. Everybody is going to grab Sid again. So take him out of the bath water. Just like this, or I'm going to grab a different Sid. Now, if you're taking him out of the bath water, what you gotta do, clean him off, okay? And you're gonna dry him off so you don't get the dripsies. You know why Mr. Cole is Superwoman? Because I got big pipes. Look at that. Oh, big pipes. Strong. Oh. Okay, so we've dried off our Sid. We've got that all done. Now, what you guys are going to do next is you're going to take Sid. You are going to dip one side of Sid in brown, and the other side of Sid, you're going to put a little black on it. Okay? So brown and black, just like that. Brown and black. And you're going to start at the top, and you're going to go down just like this. Because what we are doing is we are painting the tree that Sid is going to be holding on to. Okay? So it's a little bit to this side. All right? So we're going to bring it a little bit to that side. Okay? And if you need to, dip that brush again. There's that. Alrighty. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that looked like a mighty fine tree to me. Look at that. Okay? And you're going to paint in that tree just like that. This will stay in the jar. Look at that, you guys, okay? Look at it. That's the easiest tree I think I've ever made. Okay? Now, once you're done that tree, what I am going to have you guys do is we're going to put this in the bath water. We're going to give Sid another bath. And I'm going to have you guys flap this just a little bit. We don't need it 100% dry, but we do need it tacky, okay? So if you guys are like me and you're hot, ooh, this is a good way to fan the queen. Yes, hopefully I won't bolt myself in the nose. Because if I did that on Facebook Live, you guys would laugh. Zootopia, says King Wakeham. Donna, Kaden, Amelia, and Chloe are here. Hi, guys. How are you? I hope you're having fun today. Yay. Do you guys love Sloth? I bet you do, Donna, Kaden, Amelia, and Chloe. I bet you do, guys. Okay? So what we're doing now is everybody is just fanning off that tree just a little bit. You guys do not have to dry that 100%, okay? All right. Now, what we do next is everybody, oops, I got a little paint spot on there, but that's okay. Everybody is going to grab their medium brush. Okay, this guy right here. Now, I want to show you a trick. Because normally, what happens is when we have to wait for the black, we love Sloth. Yay! Me too. We have to wait for the black to dry before we add white. But today, I'm going to show you guys a secret trick. Because if you look at this Sloth's face, okay? Do you see how gray it is? Oh! So, what we're going to do is we're going to use the color from that tree to do our Sloth's face. So, I am going to have you guys pick up the medium brush, okay? You guys see this? There's your medium brush. Now, today, the cool thing about sloths, I just learned this. That's what I was asking my son, is that they are omnivores. And what omnivores are, right? We all know they eat both plants and they eat bugs, right? Sloths like bugs. So, what we're going to do is we are going to name this guy the ant. Because I have a feeling that sloths eat ants. Okay? So we're going to name this guy, and they're so slow that it would be hard for them to get flying insects. They'd be like this. And the mosquito would be halfway down the field. So we're going to name this brush the ant. Okay? All right. And what we're going to do with this ant is you guys are going to dip it in the white. Okay? See that? And we're going to carve out that sloth's face. Just like this. And basically what this is, and you're like, oh, Mr. Cole, that black is coming in. Yes, it is. That's what we want to have happen. Okay? And that sloth's face looks like, kind of like an egg, doesn't it? Just like that. Boom, chakalaka. So he's got a big old egg head, just like this. And I like an old egg head. I don't know about you guys. Okay, so when you're all done, your sloth's face should look like this shape or close to it, okay? It's your world. All right? And once you have his face carved out, you're going to take this small brush, your ant, put it in the bath water, and you're going to grab your Sid. Okay, I'm going to dry Sid off just like this. There we go. Sid had a nice bath. And I'm going to grab some white on Sid. Look at this. And what we're going to do is we are going to paint in the Sid's face with, not Sid's face, but we're going to paint with Sid. What do you think we should call this sloth? I think that we should name this sloth Princess Fiona. Princess Fiona. The sloth. I think that's a great name. So, while we're painting in Princess Fiona's face, okay, we're pulling that black from the tree to give Princess Fiona a gray face, and we are going in a circular motion, just like this. See that? Ooh, there we go. Princess Fiona. Okay. There we go. I'm going to give a little more here. Look at that. And there we have our sloth face. Oops, looks like I got a little paint on my computer here. Ooh, Mr. Cole got a little overzealous with the paint. I think I am hyper today. Can you guys see that? Okay. Now, once we get that painted in, I'm going to give you guys a second because I have got to clean off my computer very carefully so I don't get water in my computer, but I do get paint off my computer. Because if I don't clean it off, you guys are going to see a little dot in the middle of my painting. I guess I'll stay away from that. All right, you guys. Okay. So now you have the sloth's head. Let's see if we got any more messages here. All right. What we're going to do next is, again, you know what? I think I might make my head a little bit taller. Yeah, no, maybe not. Okay. what I'm going to have you guys do is, I think we're going to use we'll use Princess Fiona. We'll use Sid. And when we use Sid right now, you guys are going to use it just like this. Can you guys see that? So when we paint with it, we're not painting with it this way. We're painting a circle this way. Okay? That will help you control your lines and make them smaller. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Sid. You're going to put a little bit of brown, a tiny bit of white, and then, whoop, on top of that white, you're going to add a teeny tiny bit of black. So you've got brown, white, and a tiny bit of black, okay? And what we're going to do with that is you guys are going to start on the outside of Sid's head, Princess Fiona's head, and you're going to come around in a circle like this. Okay? And all these colors are going to blend together just like this. Can you see that? There we go. Boom, chakalaka. And you're going to go, so we've got that first line around Sid's head, okay? Just like that. Now, I think what I'm going to do to make it easier for folks is we're going to put Sid away and we're going to grab our ant. All right? So here we go. Sid gets a bath. And we're going to grab our ant brush. Grab that little ant because the ant makes it a little easier. And again, we're putting brown on that ant, little bit of black, and a tiny bit of white. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to keep going around this white head until you've got that full, fuzzy sloth head. Look at that. So we're just going around in a circle. We're mixing all those three colors together. So we're getting a nice grayish brown color. Look at that. And we're just going around just like that. Oh, now look at that. And you're going to stop when you've got about an inch of this brown color right here. See that? So we're going to go right about this thick. So about the same width of your big brush around his head. Okay? Black, white, and brown on that brush. Okay? Here we go. And you're just bringing it around. Boom. Boom. Okay? And at this point, you can add whatever color you want. If you want it to be more brown, you paint more brown into it. If you want it to be more gray, you add more black. Okay? And then you're going to just clean up that head because we don't want our Sid to have, we don't want Princess Fiona to have too much of a football head. So, we are going to paint in her face a little bit smaller. There, look at that. Oh, Princess Fiona, you're looking so dapper, isn't she? Okay? There. All right. Just like this, okay? And you're all finished when Princess Fiona looks like this. You're like, really, Miss Nicole? That is a sloth? Yes, it is, you guys. Okay, so we just have a little egg in the middle, and we've gone around with gray, black. We've got to put a little inch of that thick fur around that head, okay? There you go. Okay. Now, to finish up that head and give it a little something, something, okay? You're going to take your ant brush and you're going to flatten it out. So grab a paper towel, just like this. Squeeze that ant, okay? So it's nice and flat. Look at this. Can you guys see this? Yeah. Wow, that's flat, huh? And you're going to squeeze it out. And what you guys are going to do with that flat brush is you're going to come in, you're going to take a little bit of brown on that brush and a tiny bit of black and a tiny bit of white just on the tip, okay? Can you see my brush is still really flat? And we're going to come up here in the corner and we're going to mess up that sloth hair. Okay? We're going to give him a little cowlick. How's that? Or not a cowlick, but a little silly hair up there. Can you see that? So all we're doing is we're brushing in some silly sloth hair on the top. Okay? There you go. You got this. Okay? And when you're all done brushing in that sloth hair on the top, you're going to come in. This is going to be cute too. You add that black, brown, and white again on that tip. Nice and flat. And you're going to come in here. And you're going to give him one of these little hair spikies coming in. Okay, see that? This makes Princess Fiona really cute in the end. Okay? And it makes her look fuzzy wuzzy. Because sloths are fuzzy wuzzy. Huh. Yeah, they are. Okay? And then what we're going to do, same thing with that nice flat brush. We're going to come in on the side. Brush in some fuzzy wuzzy on the side of this sloth. Okay, see that? There's one side of fuzzy wuzzy. Princess Fiona's looking very cute, isn't she already? I think she is. Okay, and what we do on one side, we're going to do on the other. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to brush in some fuzzy wuzzy over on this side. How's that? There we go. It looks like a popsicle on a stick. An egg on a stick. Okay, can you guys see that? So you've got the whole head finished. You've got the fuzzy wuzzies in. That's right. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to shape up my head a little bit. It looks a little off. So I am going to just bring in this little circle around his head. Just her head, just a little bit. Okay? Sometimes when I teach a painting, it's facing you, so I don't actually look at it. So when I do look at it, I'm like, oh, maybe I need to do this just a little bit. All right, so there we go. Now that head's painted in nicely. Okay, so what we're going to do next, okay, we've got that whole head finished, all right? And what you guys are going to do next is you're going to take this brush, your medium brush, and again, your ant brush, you're going to double dip it, triple dip it. You're going to add brown. You're going to flip it over on the other side. You're going to add a little bit of white and a tiny bit of black. See that? Just like that. And what we're going to do with that is we are going to carve out our sloth body. Okay? So the body is Okay, it's just a line on the other side of the tree. And you're going to come down, you're going to start over here, and you're going to make the letter U. Okay, just like this. Ooh, the letter U. Okay? Can you see that? So you make the letter U. Kind of. Not really right here. But see that right there? Boom. Chakalaka. Can you guys see that? And that's the shape of your sloth body. Okay? Right up to the side of the tree, you make a straight line, and then you carve out the letter U. Okay? And what we're going to do next, we're going to take this guy, and we're going to put him in the bath water, and we're going to grab Sid again. Okay? Hey, Mr. Sid, dry him off. Okay? And what you're going to do with Sid is you're going to dip Sid. Okay, I got my big Sid. Brown, white, and a tiny bit of black. See that? So brown, white, and a tiny bit of black. Brown, white, tiny bit of black. And you're going to come in here right below that neck, and you're just going to paint in that sloth body, just like that. Okay, we're painting it in. Now, looks like Mr. Cole's going out of the line, and that is okay. Whoa! Okay, so there we go. Straight down, painting it around, just like that. I gotta reload my brush with brown, white, and a tiny bit of black, and get this final line right here. There we go. Look at that. And there you go. There's your sloth body. I got some crazy music playing right now. Can you guys hear it? Oh, it's crazy. See that? Tiny as a sloth name. Tiny? You want to do Tiny? All right. Tiny or Princess Fiona? We can name her whatever we want, huh? Tiny. Tiny, you little cute sloth. Okay? So now that we have our body painted in, I'm going to have you guys grab your ant again. Your medium brush. All right. That medium brush right here. And you're going to double dip it, but this time you're just going to double dip it in a brown and white. So brown and a little bit of white, mostly brown, okay? And we're going to come down on the bottom, and we're going to carve out our first sloth leg. And it looks kind of like a peanut or a bean. Believe it or not, okay? Okay, kind of like a peanut or a bean. Okay? Can you guys see that? Isn't that cute? Okay, so get out of it, and it came back. Got out of it and it came back. I don't know what that means. All right. There we go. All right, so I am going to Okay, see that? So there is our first sloth leg. And it looks like, again, I said, like Mr. Cole's going to stop moving and hold it up so you guys can see it. Okay, see that? Like a peanut or a bean. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to come in with brown and a little bit of white, and you're going to paint in your first sloth leg. Okay? A little bit of brown, a little bit of white. There we go. Look at that. Okay, there's my first sloth leg. He's starting to get kind of cute. She's starting to get really cute, isn't she? So, Alicia, the video stopped, so I got out of it and it came back. Just click on the video. We have to run, but we'll finish tonight. Thank you. Okay, Jennifer Hembring. Mwah, I love you guys. Love you, little McKenna. Okay. So see that? There's our first leg. And then what you guys are going to do is you're going to grab a little bit of brown and white. And you're going to come up here. And you're going to paint in a second leg. Okay? This is the sloth's arm. All right. And again, it looks like a bean. Okay? So grab a little bit of that brown and white, and you're going to paint in this little arm bean. Whoa. How's that? There's that sloth's second arm. Okay, just like that. Nice. You guys, you're getting this, aren't you? You're loving this sloth. I'm loving this sloth. Slotherific sloth. Okay, now what we're going to do next, okay? Two things is I am going to have you on your paint plate. You are going to take some, you're going to mix up this color, okay? You're going to take a little bit of brown, okay? See this? And I'm mixing it in a separate spot on my paint plate. So there's my brown. I'm going to add some white to it. So what you want to make is a nice tan color. See this? See how tan that is? Yeah, that's the tan color we're looking for. Okay? So it's just brown and white, and we're mixing those two together until we get a light tan. And that tan looks like this. Can you see this color? You see how light that is? That's the color that we're looking for, okay? And what we're going to do with that is, I'll show you. We're going to take this guy, there we go, and we are going to put that guy in the bath water, our little ant, and we are going to grab our itty bitty brush. See this guy right here? This is our teeny weeny beanie. And I am going to name this guy. Let me see. What am I going to name this? I don't know if this is a fact or if it's fiction. I don't know. But I am going to name this guy the eucalyptus leaf. Can everybody say eucalyptus? And I know that eucalyptus is what koala bears eat. However, I know that sloths eat leaves, but I don't know if they eat eucalyptus leaves. I'll look that up at halftime. How's that sound? So, we're going to name this guy Eucalyptus. Okay? All right. Mr. Eucalyptus Leaf. Mr. Eucalyptus Leaf. Sloth, lunch. Sloth, lunch. Oh, I make myself laugh. All right, so we've got this. And what you guys are going to do with this is you're going to take some of that light brown tan color that we just made. And in the corner here, you are going to go just like this. Okay? And it's almost in the shape of a gumdrop. Can you see that? Almost in the shape of a gumdrop. And then you're going to put a line down here across that edge. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, let me show you guys what that looks like. Okay, it's in the shape of a gumdrop, or what else can we call that? A rainbow, kind of. Okay, there we go. Wow. And this is with the light tan, okay, guys? The color that we just made. Boom. And on both sides of his face, we are going to turn our sloth, Princess Fiona or Tiny, we are going to turn it into, instantaneously, an alien. Hello, I am an alien sloth. Okay, can you guys see that? So on both sides of his face, you're going to put this little rainbow, sort of, okay? Add a line on the edge, rainbow on the other side, line on the edge, and you guys are going to paint those in, okay? Paint those rainbows in. Under the doo-doo-doo. All right, and once you get them painted in, your sloth is really going to start to look like an alien. How fun is that? Mr. Sloth, take me to your leader. Okay, look at that. And there we go, you guys. And when you guys are all finished with this, okay, you've got those alien eyes in there. You've got them painted in. Guess what? We have successfully made it to halftime. Woo! Okay? You guys can make your bladder gladder if you need to. I want you to stand up, stretch your bones, troop 651, I think. You guys get a snack, get a drink if you're hot, and Miss Nicole will be back in 4 minutes. I'm going to go run upstairs in my air conditioner, cool off, okay? So I will be back in 4 minutes. Mwah! because I asked my son, because my son knows everything about everything when it comes to animals, and I love that. He's 20 years old, and he's studying wildlife ecology. Very smart young man. So, he told me that sloths are from South America, okay? Right? We're in North America. Sloths are right below us. However, eucalyptus is in Australia, over here, or over here, depending on which side you see when I'm on live. So, sloths do not eat eucalyptus. They eat other small plants. But for today, we're still going to keep that brush named eucalyptus because it's fun. Okay? Now, I have a surprise for you guys and for your mamas. Okay? I had previously said that this was going to be our last Mommy and Me show because I thought I was going to be going back into my restaurants. But guess what? I have decided to keep these Mommy and Me shows going. Why not? Why not have a fun thing to do with your kiddos during the summer? Okay, so our next painting is going to be next Friday at 2 o'clock. Okay, same time, same place. I may change the day on those. I might change them to Thursday, but for now, we're going to keep them on Fridays at 2 o'clock. And you guys want to see what you're painting? Oh, what are we painting next? Mr. Cole. We are going to be painting the Happy Hippo. Look at this guy. Well, he doesn't look like a happy hippo because he's got all those birds on his back. But this hippo is going to be next Friday at 2 o'clock, okay? Miss Nicole, you got a date with artist Nicole, and we're going to paint a hippo. How's that sound? Yeah. All right. Now, we are going to get back to this sloth, okay? My mothers who reached out and asked me to keep these classes going, I hope you're happy. Yes, sirree. Raise your hands in the air. Yeah. All right, let's go. So, the next thing that we are going to do on this sloth is on our beautiful little Princess Fiona, the sloth, the goose, like this, is we're going to paint in some leaves. And these leaves are not going to be eucalyptus leaves because apparently they don't have them. But we're going to paint in our leaves anyways. So you guys are going to grab some green on your ant brush right here. And we're going to go one over here just like this. Okay, and a leaf looks kind of like the shape of an almond. Can you guys see that? So there's one leaf. It looks kind of like the shape of an almond. Okay? So we're going to finish painting in that leaf, just like this. And then, and I always say this at halftime. I forgot to say this today. The one thing that makes Miss Nicole, more I hate talking about myself in the third person. The one thing that makes me more happy than anything else in the world is, and a gift to me, okay, is if you can, when you're all finished doing your paintings today, if you could take a picture and please send it to me, okay? Everybody that takes a picture and sends it to me, I get to look at your pictures. It helps me because Miss Nicole is missing all my people too. So if you could send me a picture of your famous masterpiece when it's all completed, that will just bring me a tremendous amount of joy. You can either email those to me at artfulnightsmaine@gmail.com, or you guys can message them to me right on the Artful Nights Maine Facebook page. So if you haven't liked the Artful Nights Maine Facebook page, which is where I am, please like that page, and all of my live events and all of my other events will come to you. You can send me the picture, message it to me. I post every picture I receive, and I have to say my favorite pictures to get are my kiddo pictures. Okay, so all your pictures go on my page, and I get a chance to see them and talk to you guys, okay? So please, when you're all finished, take a picture and send it to me, and I get a chance to look at you and meet you. I love that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do with this guy is we're going to add a leaf on this side. Okay, and again, this leaf is shaped just like an almond. Right? So this is a funny story. Yesterday, I went to go into my screen house, right? I have a little screen house outside. And when I went inside, there was a chipmunk inside my screen house. And it was trapped. I couldn't get out. It was like... So I grabbed some almonds, hoping that the chipmunk would jump down to eat the almonds and run out of the screen house. Now, I don't know if he did, but I do know that he left at one point, so I'm glad about that, because he scared me. Alright, I was scared by the chipmunk. I think he's probably more scared of me. Alright, so here's the other one. Look at that, you guys. Now we have those beautiful leaves up there, so that Sloth can reach on. Look at that. You're going to reach on and you're going to say, oh, I need some dinner. Okay, now, the next thing that we are going to do on this Sloth. Everybody is going to grab their eucalyptus brush. Hello, Mr. Eucalyptus brush. This guy right here. Okay? This little guy right here, this one. And what we're going to do with it is you guys are going to dip it in the black. And on the top inside corner of these brown alien rainbows we made, you guys are going to make 2 circles on both sides for the eyes. Okay? Little circles, just like this. Can you see that? Okay? And take your time, make those circles look good. They gotta kind of look even. Now, Miss Nicole's, this one's a little flat, so I gotta round it out. Okay? And when you get those circles all perfect and just the way you want them, you're gonna take that little leaf brush, the little eucalyptus, and you're gonna paint in those circles, just like this. Ooh. Okay, and anytime we paint in a circle, we always paint it in a motion just like this. We never go like this to paint in our circles. We always go just like this, like a little orbit, okay? It's a good habit to get into when you guys are painting circles, okay? It's going in a circular motion, just like that. So there's one eyeball. And here is our second one. There we go. Whoop. There. And there's his second eyeball. Now she is starting to look a little less like an alien, isn't she? Kinda. Bull bat. Okay? And when you get those circles painted in, what we're going to do next is we have to give our sloth a nose. Right? Otherwise, he looks like this. So, So, better to smell you with, even though he slowly smells. Okay, so what you guys are going to do is you're going to carve out a nose. Now, the sloth nose, believe it or not, is shaped like a big fat heart. Can you guys see that? It's kind of got that little heart shape in it, doesn't it? Right? So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to carve in that beautiful fat heart-shaped nose. Okay, let me show you what it looks like when it's all done. And it's not a perfect heart, but it's just kind of got a heart shape. There we go. Okay, can you guys see that? Say, Miss Nicole, that doesn't look like a good heart. It's just in a heart shape. Okay? And when you guys are all finished with that, what you're going to do is you're going to paint it in. Okay? There we go. Look at that. There we go. Now she is starting to come together. I'm going to fix the side of her nose a little. There we go. And it is always okay to shape and reshape everything you do, okay? If it doesn't look right to you, you get right in there and you reshape it, okay? So there we go. There is that sloth nose right there. The nose. Okay? Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to give our Princess Fiona a mouth. Okay? Not like the Sid mouth, but we are going to give it our cute little sloth mouth. Because Sid's mouth, he would look good. So, we're going to give it a sloth mouth. Okay? And the sloth mouth, it's a little cute little, just like this. Okay? Now, if you guys were painting a mustache, the mustache would go the other way. But this is just a gentle whoop and a whoop. Okay? See that? And you can put whatever mouth on that sloth you want to. Okay? That's just the one I'm using. See that? Looks like an upside down bird. If you got a bird flying off in the air. Okay? There you go. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our little eucalyptus brush. We're going to wash it out. Make sure all the black is out of it. All right? All the black is out of that brush. Okay. We're getting all the black out. And you guys are going to take a little bit of that pink. Now, if you don't have pink, okay, you can take white to do this also, okay? But if you do have pink, Pepto-Bismol pink, I'm going to have you mute it down. So you're going to mix that pink with a little bit of white until you get a nice light pink that looks like a bubblegum color. If you don't have pink, it's okay. You're going to use white, okay? And what you're going to do is right here in the corner of this eye, you are going to add a little pink circle here. This circle is smaller than your eyeball, okay? So it's a little bit smaller than your eyeball. And what you do on one side, you've got to do on the other. Look at this. So we're adding a small circle on the other eye in the corner. Just like that. Can you guys see that? Cute, huh? Yeah, it is. And what you're going to do is you're going to paint in these circles. Okay? So we're going to paint that one in. And we're going to paint this one in. There we go. Nice. All right. Okay, can you see that? That's his little cheekbone or something. As it gets a little twinkle in his eye. Okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you take your, you don't even have to wash it, grab your small brush, okay, and your eucalyptus brush. Now for me, my eucalyptus brush, I'm going to show you guys something, okay? For me, my eucalyptus brush has a bigger, not this side, okay, but this side. Can you see that? The end of it? That one is bigger than my medium brush. My medium brush, it's smaller, okay? So you're going to take the bigger of yours, which is probably your medium brush. Your medium brush probably has a bigger end. Not this side, not the brush side, but we're talking about the end, okay? So you want the one with the biggest end first, okay? And what we're going to do with that is I'm going to have you take that end, not the brush, the end, you're going to poke it right in your white, okay? So now I've got white right on the tip of that brush. And I'm going to come into the top of this eye and go bloop. And what I do on one side, I've got to do on the other. Bloop. Okay, can you guys see that? So that's my first eye dot. All right. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the brush that has the smaller end. And that, for me, is my medium brush. Okay, so I'm taking this one. I'm dipping that one, that tip in the white, and I'm going to put a smaller dot, whoop, and whoop. Okay, see that? Right next to the other one. So it goes big dot, small dot, big dot, small dot. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. Now he's starting to look like a sloth, isn't he? Okay? So, what we are going to do next is everybody is going to grab, we have to add the finishing details on our sloth. Okay? Now, you may love him as is, and that's fine. But we're going to add some finishing details, okay? So, everybody has their eucalyptus brush. And what we're going to do with the eucalyptus brush, first thing, okay, you're going to take it, you're going to make the end teeny tiny, all right, so it looks almost like a little, the end of a pen, all right, see how tiny that is? And you're going to grab a little bit of black on the tip of that brush, okay, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to carve around with the black right around that white, okay, right around the outer edge of his face, so just like this, all right, and don't worry if it's not perfect, because we're just adding a little detail in there. Can you guys see that? I'm going right around the edge of that color where the two colors meet. Can you guys see that up close? All right, and when I get to this curl up here, you're just going to put a little black on the end of that curl. Look at that. See that? Isn't that cute? All right, and I'm going to finish up painting around the outer edge of that head. And again, like I said, you're going to give this the lightest touch. The lighter that you push on that brush, the less pressure you put on there, the smaller that line is, okay? The more pressure you put on that brush, the bigger the line gets. So we're giving it a very light touch, just like this. Okay, can you guys see that? And that is our first line we're going to give that guy. Her. She. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing on the outer edge of the sloth. All right? So we're going to go around his head. Just like this. And this line can be a little thicker if you like. Okay, we're painting around the outer edge of his head. And when I get to these little hairs over here, I'm just going to put a faint line on the top of each one of those hairs. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. All right, can you guys see that? That's what it looks like, okay? We're going to continue to go all the way around his head. All right. Don't worry if that line's not perfect. That's okay. Nothing in life is perfect. And actually, the less perfect you make this line, the better it will come out. That's okay. It's just like a little illustrator line. Okay? See that? Ooh! Not by the black on my chin. Okay, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to give these little hairs some wispy blacks on top. See that? Alright, and I'm going to come down the corner. Come around the racetrack just like this. And whoop, same thing with those hairs. Alright, give those little hairs a little something. Boom. See that? There we go. Okay, now we've carved around his whole head. We've accented his little hairs up there. What we're going to do next is we're going to do the same thing to his body. Okay? So not on this side, but I'm going to come down. And I'm going to trace around that letter U. Can you guys see that? Okay, so we're going to trace around that letter U just like this. Okay? And we're going to follow it up until we go right around that leg. See that? Not even stopping. There we go. We're going around the leg. And what I'm going to do, when I get to the top of that leg, I'm going to put more pressure on my brush so that line gets thicker. See that? So the line around his body and around that leg is a little bit thicker, right? And all I'm doing is pushing a little bit harder this way with my brush. Okay? And then we're going to carve around his upper arm just like this. Again, same. I put a lot of pressure on that brush. We're going to carve in that top of that bean. Go around the mountain. Whoa, just like this. And boom. Look at that. Look at that little yippee skippy. There we go. Gosh, this sloth is cunning, isn't it? Okay, this is what it looks like from afar. And this is what he looks like up close. I see you. Oh. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this brush and we're going to go into his fur up at the top, okay? Let me show you what this looks like. All right. So at the top of this fur, you can see we've added little lines in there, right? And what that does is that just adds more fluff to that fur. Okay? A little bit more fluff in there. All right? So I'm going to pick random spots in my sloth head, and I'm just going to go wiggle, 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 just like that. See that? Wiggle, 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 just like that. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And what this does is it just fluffs up his fur a little. Okay? I'll add one up here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Add another one here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay? And that's probably about it. I don't want to add too many of those wiggle lines. Maybe one more over here. Okay? Yeah, maybe another one down here. There we go. Okay? So there we go. There's all these little wiggle lines in his fur. Okay? And what that does, again, is it fluffs up that little muff around his head. I don't really like this one, so I'm going to wiggle it out a little more. Okay? Can you guys see that? Beautiful! Now he's got those wiggles around his head. Maybe another one right there. Gosh, I'm having a wiggle. I can't stop wiggling. That's the story of my life, I tell you. I can't stop wiggling. Mr. Cole's a mover and a shaker. All right, now, once you guys get those lines in, we have one more step before our sloth is complete, okay? So, you guys are going to take your little leaf brush right here. You're going to wash off that leaf brush. And you want to make sure that tiny little brush has all the paint off. Okay? All the paint is gone bye-bye. Take your paper towel. You're going to do this, okay? And you guys are going to wipe it off. Okay, so that it's nice and pointy. And then what you guys are going to do next is we've got to give the sloth his toes, right? His cute little sloth toes. So what you do is you're going to go to the top. There's one toe. So it's just a little circle. Here's two toes. And here's three toes. Okay, and I'll show you guys these up close when they're all finished. Okay, can you guys see that? So those are three sloth toes right there. And what we do on the top, we're going to do on the bottom. Okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3 toes on the bottom. Oh my goodness, my music has gotten crazy. Hold on, let me turn this music down. Okay? And guess what, you guys? Once you get your sloth toes on there, oh, slowly. Once you get your sloth toes on there, your masterpiece is complete. Princess Fiona has come to life. I love this painting. So for all you guys who joined me today, hooray, right? We got the sloth. We got the sloth. Okay? Last thing you guys are going to do once you get the toes on You're going to grab your little leaf brush, put your famous artist signature in the lower left or right hand corner. Okay, that way when you guys get famous, they know who painted the paintings. Right? That's right. And there we go. We have successfully painted the sloth. Okay, I will see all my littles next Friday at 2 o'clock to paint the cute little purple hippo. And that is it. You guys have a fabulous weekend. I'll see all my moms on Sunday night when we're going to be painting the beautiful lake scene. Okay, we're going to be painting this beautiful lake on Sunday night at 7 o'clock. And you guys have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy the beautiful sun. Please send me your pictures. And I love you guys. Mwah! From Miss Nicole.